The client stub on the client node makes an RPC call to the job tracker uh, using the method submit job. In submit job, the job tracker first reads the configuration file on the job tracker node and creates an object of class job in progress. Then it calls init task method on it. Inside this init task method, the job in progress object calls another internal method called as create split. This method basically reads the split meta file and creates an internal array data structure splits. This array data structure is of class task split meta info, uh, which is also an inner class of job split, just like split meta info. Then it creates task in progress. This is basically this is a data structure that stores the information about the task, just as job in progress stores the information about the job. It creates the array for map. The number of maps is basically same as the number of split, that is one map per split. Then it stores the task in progress into another internal data structure, which is basically a map of node to the task in progress. So if you want to run a map on a certain node, you basically add it to this map. It then creates another data structure, array data structure, reduces. The number of reducers are determined by the property mapred.reduce.task, and it adds the reducers in a set data structure. So this both non-running reduces and non-running map cache are bookkeeping data structures. There are other bookkeeping data structure inside job in progress class, namely running map cache, non-local maps, failed maps, etc. Two main inner class that are important that you should probably look at is job profile and job status, which gives the tracking and status information about a job. Other than maps and reduce, it creates another two types of tasks. One of them is setup and the other is cleanup tasks. These tasks are run by the task trackers and are used to basically clean up or set up a certain task. Note that the array is of size 2, which essentially means one for map and another for reducers. So an interesting question to ask is what code to run inside a task in progress. For mappers and reducers, it's user defined. That is, user provides this code. For setup and cleanup, the code is provided by a class that is specified by mapred.output.committer.class. This class by default is file output committer. Essentially, in setup task, it creates a final output directory specified by mapred.output.dir, and it also creates a temporary working space for a task output, which is essentially an inner directory inside mapred.output.dir /_temporary. In job cleanup, it calls either a commit job method inside file output committer class if it is successful, or it calls abort job inside the same file output committer class. Both delete the temporary working space that was created by the setup task. So we are essentially done with the initialization. So note we are still inside the submit job method of the job tracker, which was called by the client stub of the client node. There is another data structure that inside job tracker, which is important. This is queue manager. A queue manager can have one or more queues in which it stores the job. the job scheduler then goes and picks up the job inside this queue manager. So once they are done, once a job in progress is done, initializing by the job tracker, uh, then uh, then you basically go and add it into the queue. So before adding a job inside a queue, you first ask whether the queue for that job exists or not inside the queue manager. If it does, then you check whether the user has an appropriate permission to access that queue, because in the MapReduce cluster, you might have multiple users and multiple jobs running. So once you're done checking the queue and the user permissions, you call add job method inside the job tracker, which basically adds the job profile information inside that particular queue. Then it notifies the listeners of the queue, which essentially are the scheduler. And that's it. We are done with the submission of the job.